Yesterday was a difficult day for me. Welcome to Sweet Home California. My name is Jennifer. Yesterday, as a mom, I shared what my daughter is going through to my Rumble channel, as YouTube blocked that video and gave me a warning yesterday. But anyhow, after dealing with that, I just didn't have it in me to talk anymore about politics or to talk about Afghanistan. But I'm going to share a few thoughts now, if you'll bear with me. I served in the Army and the Reserves from 1989 to 1993 and in active duty from 1993 to 1999. I deployed for a year in Bosnia as part of the NATO implementation forces after their war there saw over 100,000 killed and the UN peacekeeping forces failed to stop additional bloodshed. We went in December of 1995. My platoon of military police was the first to cross the bridge that our engineers had built after the original bridge was destroyed. And I was in that first vehicle crossing the bridge. So it was a little scary. We patrolled the area around Tuzla mostly, in Bosnia for the most part, but we also went down into Sarajevo, Serbia, where the Olympics had been held only 12 years before. Everything was devastation. Buildings were blown up, bullet holes in every wall that was still standing. We stopped armed gunmen from creating illegal checkpoints that harassed and stole from civilians that wanted to just go from one part of town to another. We watched over our engineers as they removed roadside bombs. At that time, we didn't have armored Humvees, just a few sandbags under my seat and under my feet, just in case that we were unlucky enough to find a bomb the hard way. I remember one patrol where we found an overlook to stop to view the countryside. And an elderly woman came up with flowers in her hand and tears of gratitude in her eyes. And we had an interpreter with us, and he told me how happy she was that we were there. And she wanted us to stay always. And she asked if I was married. I wasn't at the time, but she offered me the pick of her sons. And I think I broke her heart when I had to tell her through the interpreter that I couldn't accept her offer and that, we, at least my particular platoon, were due to move out at that point within a few months. But she hugged me and she blessed me. She blessed the soldiers, that was with me, and she thanked us before going back into her bullet-ridden home. So I understand how devastating leaving behind the people of Afghanistan is to our soldiers that have served there. All the civilians who in any way helped us, farmers, the merchants, the interpreters, intelligence assets, they are all at risk with the horrible, abrupt way that we left. This disaster, however, is in no way a reflection of our military members. The Army I'm from accounts for every brass round, every weapon, every pair of night vision goggles, and leaves no one behind. And I can't believe this changed since I left back in 1999. But also, part of our military creed is to follow the orders of our civilian commander-in-chief. It was Biden's policies to get us out of there and leave equipment behind. It was his plan. It wasn't Trump's plan. And left all of that equipment to fall into the hands of the Taliban, to remove the bulk of our forces before we even ensured that our allies and our fellow civilian citizens were safely out. The video of desperate Afghans clinging to airplanes as they were taking off, already overloaded, is worse than the helicopters leaving Saigon in Vietnam. At least 7 died falling from planes. This exit is not just a devastation to Afghanistan, but it will have a negative effect on our foreign policy for decades. Who will trust us going forward? Who will partner with us when we leave with no good plan for ongoing security? I just feel so helpless. There's nothing that I personally can do. All I can do is, share some of my thoughts here with you. But I can pray, and now is the time for prayer. So if you feel like you can't do anything, remember you've always got prayer. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to include some great channels that are a comfort to me when I need some help with praying. And so check out the description below. God bless and keep the faith. And I'll see you next time. Bye.